Hey guys, it's Tony with NTB Droppin', and here we combine mental health and mountain biking to create this awesomeness that I call my channel. Now let's get into some B-roll or something. Woo! 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 Okay, so today we're going to be reviewing this Trek slash 9.9, I believe it's called. I've never ever ridden a Trek. I've never reviewed a Trek or anything like that. So that being said, it's new, it's different. I'm kind of excited to check it out. So the story behind this bike is my buddy was looking, actually a lot of my friends have been looking for used bikes lately. And I'm going to be making another video on that and talking about used bikes and what are things to look for when buying a used bike. But that is for another video. This bike my buddy ended up purchasing about a few weeks back, and he basically left it with me because he wanted me to put the ride wrap on there and he wanted me to just kind of get it ready to go a little bit more so for him. So I just basically checked the the torque on the bolts. This thing didn't come with like the little shoe boots or whatever that they put on the crank. We don't know why they're carbon cranks, so we ended up putting those on there, putting some extra protection over here at the rear chainstay, and we put ride wrap all over this frame. I've never used ride wrap before. I've used Invisiframe. Now, a lot of you guys might be wondering, like, hey, is ride wrap better or is Invisiframe better? I was wondering the same thing. It's the same stuff. I literally couldn't tell a difference. You're good to go with either one, whatever one you so choose. Currently, I ride the Yeti SB130, which is pretty much like a trail, like leaning enduro bike. It is definitely bigger than like a normal trail bike, so I am already used to kind of being on the enduro side of things. However, my SB130 only has 130 millimeters of travel in the back and 150 up front. This guy I know has 160 up front and a heck of a lot more rear travel than my Yeti SB130, that's for sure. This is the 2020 version. I know the 2021 version just came out and it's lower and slacker, but I know a lot of you guys are going to be wondering, how does the 2020 ride? Because the 2021, models are so hard to get a hold of now. It's like almost you have to buy 2 years backwards if you want to buy a bike and get it anytime soon. The new bikes are just getting taken off the shelves super quickly. It's like, I've never seen anything like this. It's super frustrating. Like, it's super hard to plan to go into another bike because you don't know when you're gonna get it. Super hard to like sell your bike now because you don't know when and if the bike that you want is going to be available when you have the money in hand. So that's for another video, but let's continue with this video. So right now we're gonna get out to the trail. I'm gonna get the GoPro. I'm gonna let you know my thoughts. It's gonna be first ride's impression. I have not ridden anything other than my SB130 for like over a year now, so this is going to be a really new weird experience. I'm really interested to see if I'm going to be confident on the same jumps that I was, berms and everything like that. So I'll let you guys know what I think, and I'll let you guys know if I think this thing is definitely worth buying in 2021. All right guys, so the FidLOCK test. If it doesn't pass the FidLOCK test, it doesn't pass my test to ever own this bike. I don't care how good it rides. I must have water bottle on my bike. No more on my back, no more fanny pack. Those days are over. It's all about the FidLOCK. All right, so yes, it did fit in there, but there's like this groove in here, and I'm kind of wondering, like, I should probably put some ride wrap or something in there or not tighten this thing that tight, because if you tighten it too tight, I'm worried that this FidLOCK could like eat into the paint over time. This groove is what I'm talking about, and this little thing has to fit inside there. It's good. It's definitely doable, and there is a workaround for it. So probably would just put some ride wrap in there to kind of protect that a little bit. I am noticing that I need to check the size length of dropper post, because this could be why. I run a 125 millimeter dropper post, but this is as far down as this dropper post will go. So my feet, when I'm standing on this bike, like, just on flat with the dropper post down, I'm on my tiptoes. So I'm 5'6", so I am on the shorter side for this bike. But like, same thing with my SB130, I am a medium. So just check the dropper post. I don't know what length this is, so I can't be of any more help there, but just is something to take note of, because I am on my tiptoes with this thing. This thing for me is sticking out further than I would like it to. It climbs pretty dang well. At first I was like, oh my gosh, why is it climbing so horribly? It feels like a tricycle. But I realized that my seat was actually all the way back here, and I slammed it forward and I felt a lot more over the pedals and a lot more comfortable. So those are my initial climbing impressions. So let's keep going, and we're gonna have our first downhill right now. This is not my bike, like I said, so I'm taking it very chill. He doesn't even know I'm using it. He probably is gonna stumble upon this video one day and go, what the heck, he's riding my bike? Handles the chokey section's nice. I'm noticing it handles the corners a lot nicer than my oh my gosh, than my Yeti SV30. I'm assuming that's because my Yeti SV30 is probably longer than this bike. I feel like I could definitely be a lot faster on this bike. I was told that the person my buddy bought this from was from somebody who weighed 130 pounds. So the suspension should be pretty dialed to what I'm used to. All right, so after that first downhill, my legs feel extremely wore out. I don't know, I'm wondering if this bike just feels a lot stiffer on the suspension. I mean, I was at 20% sag and everything like that. I know a lot more can go into suspension and stuff like that, but I feel like I need to fix the rear shock pressure. I definitely want run less pressure in my SP130 than I do than I have currently right now. So that is probably why it feels a little bit more stiff to me. I'm being a squeezer. All right, let's jump these rocks. Yo! A little tough through there. The fork actually feels pretty dang good, actually. I don't really have any complaints about the fork just yet. Okay, so after that, I feel like the rebound is definitely might need a little bit more rebound. This bike is impressively light. Ah! Too high on that one, almost lost it. Not a bike issue, more like a technique issue of mine. Ooh, nicely there. Loving that. Woo! Let's see, hopefully I feel confident and take all the jumps that I normally do. There's like I feel like at times I feel like I'm so in control of this bike. Then other times I'm like, what the heck is happening here? Like there's a drift. And it's not like a drift to one direction. I feel like I've drifted left and I feel like I've drifted right. Touchy-feely because of how much stiffer the carbon rims are than my other wheel set. Gotta be really careful. I don't know if you guys know what I'm saying or what I mean. I just try my best here. Say I would be very happy to own this bike. I mean, obviously it's a 2020 and you got the whole feeling of 2021 just brought out a new bike with lower and slacker, right? But for $1,000 to $1,500 less than the list price than a new Trek / 9.9, I would definitely be happy with this bike. And if it was a used bike, definitely would like to save at least $2,000 to $3,000 on it. All right, let's go. Ah, too wide, dang. Oh, damn, missed it. Set up for the jump here. Woo! Well, it's definitely good at bunny hopping. Definitely in the technique in the berms was not the best at all, but I was able to clear the jumps without casing. On that trail, you have to be so precise to keep your speed in the berms so you can make the jumps. All right, so in terms of pedaling, I mean, if the new 2021 has a steeper head tube angle, which allows for better climbing, I would consider spending the extra $1,500 on it. If you're not too concerned about climbing, then who cares? But I like to be comfortable climbing. That's why I got the Yeti SB130. So something to think about there. Woo! Now, since my buddy has carbon rims, it would not be nice for me to go through this thing. Man, I do miss carbon rims, the feel of carbon rims. You can just tell that subtle difference. So all in all, guys, I feel like if I was going to own this bike, I'd put a beefy, probably 2.5, like Maxxis DHF in the front, and I would keep something really light in the rear because, like I said, the pedaling, I like to be a little bit over the pedals a little bit more, but if I had a really light tire in the back, I would probably be happy with that. And I would slam the stem, and I'd put like a 32 RENTHAL stem on there, just slam that stem. That's just for me because my arms are short and I should be on a small, or I don't know, my size is all jacked up. But other than that, I think that's all I would do. I could see myself on this bike if I was going to upgrade from something. I wouldn't downgrade if I had something, you know, if I was already on like a 2021 and next year I wanted to upgrade a bike, I wouldn't go to get a 2020 Slash. But if I was on something that was on 2019, 2018, you know, I would, you know, definitely think about getting into the Trek Slash. There was a lot of characteristics I really liked about it. It was just a fun bike. And like I said, if it's used, save about $2,000 to $3,000. I think it's worth it from the original price. And if it's new, save about $1,500 and maybe in some cases even $2,000 depending on the deal. That's what I would want to save on this if I was going to get into it.